media on a later date. Death toll yesterday increased to its highest in close to 2 weeks with 20 new deaths. A total of 833 people have now died of COVID-19 complications across Nigeria, apart from Taraba State, which was yet to record any coronavirus-related death. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control also confirmed 604 new COVID-19 infections yesterday in 20 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Some persons are feared dead after a building collapsed along Cemetery Road opposite the health center in Ebutemeta, Lagos. The two-story building, which houses shops and residential apartments, collapsed this afternoon. Many persons are said to have been trapped in the rubble of the collapsed building. Men of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency arrived at the scene within 15 minutes after the incident. The last mile officials cordoned off the area swiftly and commenced rescue operations immediately. You are listening to the World News on Today95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories, to stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. Still in the news, the presidency has denied reports that it has dissolved the interim management committee of the Niger Delta Development Commission. There was a statement yesterday which was rumored to have emanated from the special advisor of the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, that the IMC has been dissolved. But reacting to the report, Adesina said there was nothing as such. Adesina, in a statement, said the communication did not emanate from him, but from merchants of fake news in action. He called on the general public to ignore the report. On the foreign scene, West African leaders ended a day-long summit in Mali yesterday without a deal to soothe the country's escalating political crisis. 5 of the region's leaders met Mali President Ibrahim Keita and leaders of the protest movement, clamoring for his resignation as a long-running jihadist insurgency threatens to throw the country into chaos. But the intervention failed to seal a deal, and Niger's President Mahamadou Issoufou at the talk, along with the leaders of Senegal, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, said Western African bloc ECOWAS would hold a summit on Monday. A Zimbabwean journalist arrested after revealing alleged government corruption has been detained and denied bail by a court in the capital, Harare, for fear he will incite others to protest. Hopewell Chinono was arrested on Monday on charges of inciting violence. The state accuses him of supporting calls for planned anti-government protests at the end of July, organized by a small opposition party led by leader Jacob Ngari Vohum, who also faces similar charges. Chinono told newsmen outside the courts that the struggle against corruption should continue. Amnesty International denounced the arrest as designed to intimidate those drawing attention to matters of public interest. Rights groups and Western embassies have similarly condemned the move. Russia's defense ministry says accusations from the United States and United Kingdom that Russia recently tested anti-satellite weaponry in space are distorted. The ministry said tests carried out did not create a threat for other spacecraft, adding that it had not violated international law. Moscow said earlier that it had been using new technology to perform checks on Russian space equipment, but the US and UK said they were concerned about the satellite activities. In sports, Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson has won the Football Writers Association Men's Footballer of the Year award. The 30-year-old midfielder, who led Liverpool to their first league title in 30 years this season, received more than a quarter of the votes. Liverpool teammates Virgil van Dijk and Sadio Mane, Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne, and Manchester United's Marcus Rashford also finished in the top 5. On entertainment, Nigerian singer Innocent Idibia, also known as Tubaba, has called on Nigerian youths to embrace a career in agriculture. The singer made the call when he appeared on a live television program monitored from Port Harcourt. Idibia, who recently launched a career in agricultural sector, advised young people to understand the importance of agriculture.
So right now, I want everybody young Nigerians to actually look at farming as a cool thing. You understand what I'm saying? It has become a problem that, most Nigerian youths just want to get rich quick because what they see around them is people that just got rich overnight without any concrete showing or working. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I think this is the right move in the right direction. It's going to encourage so many youths to understand that, farming is cool. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There has to be dignity in labor, and you can only create that dignity within your mind, within your heart, knowing fully well that this thing that I'm doing is cool, is legit. It is very, very helpful in general terms of it, So for me, that is what I hope that this move is still in our young population.
Now to end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. A federal high court in Lagos has upheld a fundamental rights enforcement suit by a human rights lawyer, Femi Falana, over the planned implementation of Operation Positive Identification by the Nigerian Army. Opposition PDP has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to resign over the rising insecurity in Nigeria. A former Speaker of House of Representatives, Yakubu Dagora, has defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress. And on the foreign scene, a court in Zimbabwe has denied bail for a journalist arrested on Monday over alleged incitement. And that was the news as edited by Chinedu Iwuna. For comments and inquiries, please call 081 5341 8657 or 081 4434 3502. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap under running water, avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. And once again, good evening and thank you for listening. I am Wealth Wilson.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Talk radio.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Driver, if not that Muslim man, me I no go enter this your motor. Because I can't enter that motor with this Muslim.
Madam, enter. I take go baby. What to
Well, if this woman enter this car, I go drop. I go drop from
me,
this
I don't
car.
want to enter. My chick and his chick
Driver,
is not the same.
I go
I
pay
take
you.
go beg una.
I go pay you.
Make I do something now.
I go pay you. Let
Allah
it
and
go.
God
Let go.
no be
I go
the
pay you.
same.
I be allergic. I go pay you.
Hey.
No carry that woman. No carry that
Alaji,
woman.
Madam, may una hear me now. Christian and Muslim, no be the same Nigeria we be. We be brother and sister now.
No carry that woman. I go pay you. No could go.
You go pay me.
I go pay you.
Make I dey go.
Do we need to be guarded by one religion to meet with the Creator? The freedom of worship is a natural right to every being. Why raise arms to drag a man to accept your choice of belief? The spiritual directors now trade the message of salvation for hatred and disrespect of other religions. For all our struggles are aimed at eternity, and choice is the principle of identifying your own God.
Whether Christian or Muslim, we are all one.
Hey, you have a point anyway.
I'm allergic.
If love is the pathway to eternity, let's walk together as one in love and give respect to a man's choice of worship.
Wallahi, Yanunya, don't worry. I go pay for you. Oh, yeah, enter. I go pay for you.
This information is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
This president's failed.
It's about the future of this country.
We're going to take it back.
You asked us to vote you into that position so you can bring about that
solution.
So when you vote me, then you sleep.
Let me see if I can take another phone call. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
What makes a policeman to be able to feed is the gun he's holding. They use their gun to extort money from people.
Good morning, what's your name and where are you calling from?
No longer news that we are truly the voice of the people.
Am I not a slave in Nigeria?
I refuse if you are. If you say
you're a slave, let's not get to that now. So the Nigerian constitution.
You spot the difference now?
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701-933-9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi, I'm calling you from... Hello?
Yes, Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is William, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, William from Port Harcourt, go ahead.
Talk radio.
You have a right to say no, right? All right.
I'm calling from Yenegua.
Okay, thank you so much from Yenegua.
We are the station that needs no introduction. Of course, you know, we give the best in news, sports.
You like football, right?
Entertainment, politics. In fact, call it talk.
Yes, we know there's a lot you want to hear, and that is why we talk about everything.
Talk radio.
We're right before you. It's just a dial away. This is your number one premium talk radio. Today, 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
Officer, take. Officer, give me number. No time. Ma dey match am, they go.
What? You driving the officer of the law? You under arrest. Let me see your papers. You can go. They're in order. Drive safe, okay?
I don't understand though. No be the same country again. Officer reject bribe. They arrest me yesterday. That yesterday, I go do my papers. See as I pass now. I pass without fear. You too, make you do wetin dey right. For we country to better, it dey for we hand. If you like, do like say you no hear am. To give or to take bribe, na offense.
Una don hear am, abi? You hear am too, abi? You hear am. You hear am well. They themselves, they hear am. Now the voice of the people. Now him bring this message given now. Today 95.1 FM. Now we be the voice of the people.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh. Born to a throne, stronger than Rome, but violent prone, poor people's zone. But it's my home, all I have known, where I got grown. Streets we would roam, out of the darkness. I came the farthest, among the hardest survival. Learn from these streets, it can be bleak, accept no defeat, surrender, retreat. So we struggling, fighting to eat, and we wondering when we'll be free. So we patiently wait for that fateful day. It's not far away, but for now we say, when I get older, I will be stronger.
Beautiful evening to you. Welcome to yet another fantastic, scintillating edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. Of course, it's always informative and always finds a way to bring you the thrills and chills when it comes to the ever-exciting world of football. So, of course, get ready as we start off the cruise from the home front.
We fight their battles, then they deceive us. Try to control us, they couldn't hold us. Cause we just move forward like buffalo soldiers. We struggling, fighting to eat.
All right, we did bring you a news of Nasarawa United yesterday being fined 10 million naira by the ad hoc committee set up by the Nigerian Football Federation to investigate the death of the club's defender Chineme Martins. Martin slumped and died in Nasarawa United's MPFL match against Katsina United at the Lafia Township Stadium on March the 8th. The committee's chairman, Dr. Peter Singabele, submitted its report to the NFF in a virtual meeting on Thursday. And in a statement by the NFF's communication department, Nasarawa Football Association was banned from hosting football matches, while the club was also directed to pay all Martins' financial entitlements. And moving on to Nigerian players. Well, I know the first news everyone wants to hear would always be Osimhen, but you'd have to wait a little bit longer because the man, nothing coming in from Naples as we speak. It's still all about those flashy rumors. Those it's closed, it's going to be on Monday, it's going to be on Tuesday, and what have you. But until now, nothing yet to report as to the conclusion or maybe the unveiling of Victor Osimhen as a player of Lille. But Leon Balogun, well, he's announced he will depart Wigan Athletic. And the big news is that the man is going to be joining Scottish side Rangers FC. Wigan were relegated after they were deducted 12 points by the English Football League for going into administration. Now, following the deduction, Wigan dropped to 23rd position in the 2014 Championship final standings. And reacting to Wigan's relegation, Balogun wrote on his verified Twitter handle, "The togetherness, the honesty and the warmth of the people in and around the club is simply amazing. I would have wished to end my spell with a different outcome, but unfortunately, that's beyond our control." Yes, that's the man talking about Leon Balogun. He's not the only one who is moving. He's still a Super Eagles player, still under 30. Super Eagles midfielder Ogenyi Onazi has terminated his contract with Turkish Super League side Denizlispor with a game to the end of the season. Now, the Nigerian joined the team on a 6-month contract on January 17th after terminating his deal with Trabzonspor after 3 years at the club. Now, with the termination, the 27-year-old becomes a free agent. The former Lazio midfielder, who has battled fitness issues in the last 2 years, had 9 league appearances for the Turkish side. All right, you want to say different strokes for different folks, but it's been a bittersweet taste for Nazi in his career. We would not forget in a hurry his exploits with the Super Eagles until an injury that actually took him out. And when he came back, it was never the same. And it's the same song right there in Denizlispor, and the man has decided to even leave him before the end of the season. But maybe you want to say good news for one man. I'm talking about Leon Balogun. He will be in Scotland he's been unveiled, by the way. I was unveiled about 3 hours earlier this afternoon, 3 to 4 hours ago. He'll be wearing jersey number 26 for Rangers. They had a player who was out injured, who's going to be out injured for like 5 to 6 months, and they had to bring in a cover in Balogun. It's just a 1-year deal and nothing big for that one. And before we move on to Europe, I told you earlier about brought you update on Victor Osimhen. As I said, it's just rumors. He flew in a private jet to the personal what have you. He's to seal the Napoli switch today, we hear, and all that, but nothing official yet. And until it's official, I think we should stop making the fuss about it. So we hope to see how it pans out. We hear he's flown in to conclude what have you, the deal, the back and forth, still ongoing, but
We hear it's to be concluded today, but we are still waiting, but nothing official as to the 18-goal striker for Lille becoming a player of Napoli. But you can say that deal is almost about done. All right, quickly we move to the English Premier League, and the biggest story coming in from England is the date for the new season. The confirmed date, September 12th. The English Premier League will be making a return. The league will be ending on Sunday. That's this last season. Will be rounding up on Sunday. I will come to the fixtures in time, but here's the thing. Now, they did not just round up the league to go sit somewhere and drink some tea. They actually decided, not even at this point, this is just a ratification. They had already planned this thing out, and I think our MPFL guys should learn these things. You've decided that the league is going to end this way. Start making plans, things like that. Most times it's not the case here. Yes, we have the COVID-19 pandemic currently. You can give all the excuse you wish to give. But in the past, we know that it's not always the tradition. They will later meet for a new meeting to now decide when the next league would start. I don't think it's the best way to actually get things done. We should learn good things anyway. We should learn good things, and I think this is something they should learn. Now, the 2020-2021 Premier League season will start on September the 12th. English football's top division confirmed today. Premier League shareholders agreed that the next campaign will get underway 7 weeks after the current season finishes on Sunday. 7 weeks later, the new season is starting. I'm sure that is exciting for the English Premier League fans. Yes, we're just going to miss the English Premier League for 7 weeks, and we'll get into the new season. Yes, we're going to see Hakim Ziyech for Chelsea. We're going to see Timo Werner for Chelsea. We hear Kai Havertz is on his way too. For Man United, Jadon Sancho definitely might be part of the party. And for the other guys who are also looking for players, and the guys who their club, their fans are pushing, please buy. Maybe you should actually count your teeth with your tongue as quickly as possible before September 12th. Now, May 23rd will be the date for the last game of the new season, or was supposed to be the date, and the Premier League will remain in dialogue with the Football Association and the EFL over scheduling. The next season will start a month later than usual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which prevented matches from being played for over 3 months before the action resumed in June. August 22nd and 29th had been mentioned as possible dates for the opening day, but most top-flight clubs will have a little longer to prepare. Manchester City, Chelsea, Manchester United and Wolves could face short turnarounds if they go all the way to the European finals, although Frank Lampard's side have a mountain to climb ahead of their last 16-second leg against Bayern Munich. The Bundesliga champions won 3-0 at Stamford Bridge in February. But it's not the same story for City, who are leading or 2-1 up ahead of their home leg versus Real Madrid. They are far more likely to get to the later stages rather. So, in all conclusion that you want to say, all the big grammars and what have you, September 12th, the English Premier League will be kick-starting. All right, moving on the show. Well, Frank Lampard, he was guilty of something the last time, did come out to make this statement about Liverpool and the fact that they were a little bit arrogant with the fact that they were champions. Well, he's come out to actually apologize for his expletive-laden role with the Liverpool bench during Chelsea's 5-3 loss at Anfield, but he felt a line was crossed in the Reds' ranks. Let me quote him. I've seen the video and I was obviously there, he said. I think in terms of the language, I do regret that because these things get replayed a lot on social media. I'm aware, and my daughters are on social media, so I regret that. In terms of regretting having passion to defend my team, no, I could have maybe handled it slightly differently to keep that language in. What I felt was I want to be clear about this, actually, that some of the reports were that I was upset with the celebration of the Liverpool team. Far from it. I think Liverpool should celebrate as much as they want with the season they've had. The next season hasn't started yet. It's boiling. And it's going to boil all through. Sunday will be the maybe a little icing on the cake because it's been a hot season, albeit that we had a break. they were going to pull up to the new season on September 12th with this fire. Maybe Chelsea, the next time Lampard will be meeting Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool team, there would be a lot of revenge written all around it. And don't forget, by the next meeting, Chelsea will have the compliments of their new players. And Liverpool, they've not signed anybody, but they have lots of quality, really. They have lots of quality in that team. Let's move on the show, and we'll tell you about the Italian Serie A. Now, there were games last night, and I think I quickly need to run through that one. Yes, there were games. Udinese did beat Juventus 2-1. Lazio did also beat Cagliari 2-1, and it looks like they're delaying the party. One man crashes into the building, Victor Oriahi. Victor, I don't know, but it looks like Juventus are just trying to whet our appetite and maybe do what they call delay tactics to maybe keep us glued to our screens until the final day of the season.
Well, if they're doing that, it is definitely not intentional. I tell you, they would want to wrap up the title as soon as possible because anything can still happen. But I mean, their last 5 games has been pretty horrible for the Turin-based team. Looking at the results that they've been getting and how many goals they've been conceding, and to think that for that particular win, it came in the 92nd minute, a 92nd minute strike from Fofana. I mean, I did not expect to see that. But Udinese getting a better one over Juventus, pretty impressive. And who knows, this might just be, or that game or that particular result could have just been Udinese's way to seal them playing in the Italian Serie A next season, because they are still contention for being relegated. There's still a big possibility that they would be relegated. But I tell you, Wisdom, it's quite exciting that we still have one league where the champions are yet to be decided. Only 2 leagues are still ongoing. That's I'm talking about the Europe Big 5 leagues. That's the English Premier League and the Italian Serie A, and it's quite impressive to see that in the Italian Serie A something is still happening. We still do not have a champion yet, even though Juventus are just 1 win away from being crowned champions, and I think they might just be able to do that next week.
All right, something we missed earlier, not because it was intentional, but because it's been all over the news. But I mean, it's our job to still report it here. Jordan Henderson was voted the Football Writers Association's Player of the Year. Are you surprised, Victor?
No, I told you yesterday that for me, he's one of the best Liverpool players, and him getting that particular award, no surprise to me at all. You look at the top 5 players, the PFA top 5 players, the likes of Marcus Rashford made that list, Kevin De Bruyne, Sadio Mane, and even Virgil van Dijk. I mean, Jordan Henderson being first. I think De Bruyne should be second. He's a key figure with Liverpool. And
Marcus Rashford too found his way to that final list.
Yes, Marcus Rashford found his way, and even Sadio Mane. A lot of persons expected that Mohamed Salah should be able to get a better one over Sadio Mane, but Sadio Mane was the 5th position on that particular list. Virgil van Dijk, I do not think he had a stellar season compared to last season. We did see him. I mean, last season the records were all over. No defense. Nobody got past Virgil van Dijk. This season we did see players make a mockery of Van Dijk, but then it doesn't really matter. He was 3rd on that list, and just behind Kevin De Bruyne, who I believe was the only contention for Jordan Henderson. How much of a key figure he has been for the Manchester City team, contributing 30 goals this season, 11 goals and 19 assists. Brilliant records from that man. But for Jordan Henderson, you look at the number of goals he scored. Yes, he doesn't get the goal as much as I think he just got only 5 goals this season, and probably 6 assists thereabouts. But then the presence, what he brings to that Liverpool team, cannot be overemphasized. And good one for him. I think he's one of the best Premier League players this season.
All right. While we move over to the transfer tidbits, it might tickle the fancy of Liverpool fans to know that Jurgen Klopp has won his rivals that they plan to improve everything for next season. But until now, they've not even bought a player. We can't even hear that they're going for anybody. Timo Werner wanted to move to Liverpool. They ended up...
There's Thiago Alcantara.
They ended up not even being interested. Now, Thiago Alcantara, a player who I feel has passed his prime, but then what do I know? Let's say it pans out. They've not gotten him yet, and they don't even look like they're willing to cough out money, except for free, as always, for some teams. But let's see how it pans out. Maybe Liverpool, they have quality already. But Susek, one player who has impressed a lot since joining on loan, Thomas Susek, or Sushek, as it's pronounced rather, from Slavia Praga on loan. He's joined West Ham on a permanent deal. Now, just straight to the transfer tidbits, and we get to cover that. But before I do that, one reason why this man maybe should be the best player for the season, talking about Jordan Henderson. Well, he's been resilient. I hear he gives his own off the field of play, not just in the field of play, in terms of motivating the team and driving them forward, not just in terms of assists and what have you, which I know is what we focus on here most of the time. Let's not forget, Liverpool have won 90% of their 2019-2020 league games, in which the skipper has appeared 27 of the 30 games, compared to just 57% when he has not. That's 4 of 7. If you look at that in totality, you definitely know that man maybe we'll just give an excuse why he should be there. But quickly on the transfer tidbits making the rounds. No big story that is confirmed. So rumors, they remain rumors. Maybe you won't say Wisdom told me that we have bought. No, you've not bought. These are rumors from the big magazines and newspapers right there in Europe. Valencia are standing firm over the fee they want for winger Ferran Torres, with Manchester City keen to sign the Spanish under 21 international. Chelsea have been watching Atletico Madrid and Uruguayan defender Jose Gimenez, with manager Frank Lampard keen to address his team's defensive frailties. Leroy Sané appeared to confirm during his own unveiling at Bayern Munich that his Chelsea teammate Kai Havertz is heading to his Bayern Munich. His German teammate Kai Havertz is heading to Chelsea from Bayer Leverkusen. Victor, is that deal almost done and
it
maybe
looks
dusted?
It looks certain, and you know when you just let something slip out of your mouth. But it might just be. I listened to that particular interview, and I don't think Leroy Sané was too direct, but he just said something about, with Havertz moving the other way. And it could be just rumors, but other persons that I think the reason why we're reading so much money into is the fact that they are German teammates. They both play for the national team in Germany. Maybe they could have some sort of friendship. So if we're going to be basing that maybe on their friendship, probably Kai Havertz has told Leroy Sané that he has agreed personal transfers or personal deals. That's the only thing we can say for now. But then it's yet to be confirmed. But I think Kai Havertz might just be making that move. And I am actually skeptical and worried for Frank Lampard. The fact that he has gotten 2 big players already, Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner. Kai Havertz is about to be the third. If he does that, Lampard has got to win every single trophy next season.
Until then. But let's tell you also that Lampard is still interested in West Ham defender Declan Rice. But West Ham legend Tony Carr has told the 21-year-old not to go. Arsenal target Felipe Coutinho has asked his agent to pause talks until the 28-year-old midfielder has finished Champions League duties with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich say that Spanish international midfielder Thiago Alcantara will not be allowed to leave the club cheaply after he was linked to Liverpool. 29 years he is. Will Liverpool be able to get him? They would have to pay. Italian Serie C side Como have confirmed that they are in talks to sign former Man City and Liverpool forward Mario Balotelli. The 29-year-old Italian international is set to leave his current club, Brescia. Victor, how are the mighty falling?
I was just about to say that. Mario Balotelli is 29 years old. He isn't too old. I don't think he's past his prime. When you get to that point in time in football, and it's just you just get to sign for a club in probably China or something. Mario Balotelli is 29 years old. He should still be able to deliver, but then players are different, I tell you. And I think his attitude is one of the issues that has contributed to his seeming downfall. From Brescia, I thought he was going to make a mark there at Brescia, but he also had some issues with the coach at a point in time. And he was not allowed into the training ground. But then let's just see how it goes for Mario Balotelli. But the truth be told, I think this is it's downhill from here.
All right, I would have wrapped it up there, but that's bad news, and I'm the bringer of good news. West Ham are lining up Queen's Park Rangers English midfielder Biri Chieze as one of their top transfer targets this summer, with Crystal Palace also interested in a £20 million rated player of Nigerian descent. On that note, we call it a wrap on today's edition of Soccer Nation. The best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. I will not run out without giving you the fixtures to expect in the EPL. Arsenal will be up against Watford. Burnley will take on Brighton. Chelsea will be up against Wolves. Crystal Palace will take on Tottenham. Everton will be up against Bournemouth. Leicester will take on Manchester United. Manchester City will be up against Norwich. Newcastle United will take on Liverpool. Southampton will take on Sheffield United. West Ham United will be up against Aston Villa. All those games come up by 4 p.m. Nigerian time on Sunday afternoon. And of course, stay safe and enjoy the best of your weekend. Victor, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
My name is Wisdom Obina, your Superman in the world of sports, urging you to enjoy a fun-filled weekend.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, when I get older, I will be stronger, just like a waving flag, just like a waving flag, just like a waving flag, flag, just like a waving flag. Why were they open? Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in the trash.